So the developers of Pokemon Sword and Shield have made an official statement responding to the backlash towards their games. Let's discuss what they said right now.
I got hot sauce in my bag, swag.
A quick shout out to your boy Pingu. This is a fan art of Metal Duckles that they drew for me. I gotta say, this one's really impressive actually. It looks very similar to the style that Caden drew for Metal Duckles, and so I really like this. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Anyway, hello there beautiful human. My name is RidersDX and welcome to my channel where today we've got a very different topic on this channel compared to what I usually cover, and that is, well, Pokemon. And so, full disclosure on this. I'm not a really huge fan of Pokemon. Now, I just haven't had a chance to ever try out the game, so that's really the only reason that I don't really consider myself to be like a fan of Pokemon. I simply have not had the exposure or the time to ever try out the video games. However, I am very well aware of the controversy going on within the Pokemon community right now. Pokemon Sword and Shield is a brand new video game that's coming out later this fall, I think, and it's got a lot of criticisms towards various aspects of the game, such as the lack of being able to play as all your favorite Pokemon, or the graphical textures being used in the game. I am very well aware of the fact that GameFreak, the developers of Pokemon Sword and Shield, have made an official response towards this controversy. And when I read this response, it was very interesting to say the least. So let me go ahead and pull it up. You can find this on the official Pokemon website where they made an official post detailing this response. Thank you to all of our fans for caring so deeply about Pokemon. Recently, I shared the news that some Pokemon cannot be transferred to Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. I've read all your comments and appreciate your love and passion for Pokemon. Just like all of you, we are passionate about Pokemon, and each and every one of them is very important to us. After so many years of developing the Pokemon video games, this was a very difficult decision for me. I'd like to make one thing clear. Even if a specific Pokemon is not available in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, that does not mean it will not appear in future games. The world of Pokemon continues to evolve. The Galore region offers new Pokemon to encounter, trainers to battle, and adventures to embark on. We are pouring our hearts into these games, and we hope you will look forward to joining us on this new journey. The reaction to the statement is overwhelming to say the least. Some people had very negative reactions towards his response and didn't really feel like it addressed anything that they wanted them to address. How about you just stop doing yearly releases so you have time to make finished product again? You guys haven't made a mainline Pokemon game that felt worth the price tag since Black 2/White 2. Each gen since those games have been nothing but cutting corners and excuses. Still not buying that LMAO. After 2 weeks of both the West and the East exploding, this is all Masuda says? This is a slap to the face. Don't let up. So you're just not gonna give any reason to that decision? What about patches? No consideration? I won't accept that. I'll keep fighting and bringing back the National Dex even if I'm alone in it. You won't be seeing my money this generation until all Pokemon are present. However, some people actually came to the defense of Masuda, and other people were a little bit more neutral on the situation. Since many people are still being so aggressive, I want to express that I and many others are not upset and are so happy that GameFreak decided to focus on innovation in Pokemon Sword and Shield instead of focusing on featuring 1,000+ Pokemon. I'm so excited for the new innovation. It's perfectly okay to be upset about being unable to transfer certain Pokemon from older games into Sword and Shield, but don't harass or abuse GameFreak over it. People who don't want to bring back the National Dex shouldn't be shaming those who do want it back either. See? They addressed it. Now stop bugging them. Good job, Masuda. Cannot wait to see what these games will offer. The toxicity in these replies are real. Holy sh**. I love Pokemon to death, but you guys are absolutely the worst fan base in the world. Try making your own Pokemon game and give Masuda some slack. Jesus, all of you are acting like spoiled children. And there are many more comments beyond that. And so, here are my thoughts on the situation. This response to the criticism was a really bad idea. And the reason for that is I've seen a lot of controversies during my time here on the internet. I've seen responses that have worked and responses that don't. The responses that usually work are the ones that actually address what's going on and why people are so upset and propose a solution of how to resolve these issues. And there's actually one example of this that I want to bring up that you all are probably very familiar with. and that is the Sonic movie. And so I know that there's a lot of criticism with this movie in terms of like everything that we've been seeing so far, but if there's one thing that this movie was so good at, it was the response to the backlash. And so this movie wasn't perfect in terms of its response. I mean, we all remember when they made that Twitter account and they made that post kind of poking fun at the criticism, and a lot of people had a lot of negative feelings towards that. However, when the official trailer came out and they truly saw just how negative the response was towards the film's design, Jeff Fowler came out of the shadows and responded to this criticism in the best way possible. Thank you for the support and the criticism. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best he can be. And later on, after he made that statement, he officially put out a picture that revealed that the movie was going to get delayed to fix these things and to please the people that were critiquing this movie. And so the difference between this statement and Pokemon's statement is clear as blue. Jeff Fowler actually addressed the criticism directly and proposed a solution of how he was going to solve it. This statement kind of made it feel like, hey, we've heard your criticism, but we're not gonna do anything about it. However, we have put a lot of hard work into this game and we hope you all enjoy it. Like, no one gives a crap about you putting in the hard work into this game if you don't listen to what people are saying. And I'm not gonna say that they have to listen to what people are saying. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, if you're going to make a response towards the criticism and the backlash, you better have some kind of plan in order to somewhat appease the people that are making that criticism. Because by making that response, it's clear that you care about what people are saying, but judging by the proposal or the plan that you had in that statement, which was none, you're not gonna do anything about what people are saying. And if this was the case, which, by the way, I'm not gonna say I'm for or against, because like I said, I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, but if you are really going to just kind of brush off everyone's criticism, you shouldn't have made the response. We've seen plenty of controversies come and go, and a lot of controversies that don't get fixed, they have no one responding to them. These companies knew that the best thing to do was to just let the criticism and the negative energy die off, because if you don't fuel anything to the fire, then people will stop talking about it, and frankly, a lot of the people will kind of forget about what you did, and then the cycle just goes on. And I'm not saying this is right or wrong, I'm just saying from the perspective of Masuda and his team, if they really have no choice, or if they decided not to fix these criticisms that people are bringing up, then they really should not have responded, and they really had no good reason to respond to this, besides maybe them hoping that Pokemon fans would actually understand what they're saying and lay off on them. Now, I will say that people should be a little bit nicer and kind of just express their criticisms a little bit more respectfully. However, this statement is one of the worst statements I've ever seen in response to controversy, because it doesn't address anything that people are complaining about, and it doesn't have a plan of what they're going to do to resolve this. And so that's why I personally think that Game Freak just should have stayed quiet and just should have put out the game and made their money. One more point I want to bring up before I close off this video, and that is the fact that if Game Freak really did want to make the decision to fix the criticism surrounding this game, I don't think it's as impossible as it seems to be. Because I'm gonna bring up an immediate example from a Nintendo game that's coming out next year because it was delayed, and that was Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing has been delayed to next year, and the reason that Nintendo delayed it is because they didn't want the people developing the game to overwork themselves. And so why can't Pokemon Sword and Shield get that same feedback? Maybe it's because Animal Crossing was delayed, so Pokemon Sword and Shield has more pressure, as you might say, to be like that big blockbuster selling title for the fall for Nintendo. But if Nintendo really did care about the quality of their products, then they would delay this game. And so I really think that while Game Freak's response was really not smart and not good at all, I really think that people should be guiding their criticism towards Nintendo, because Nintendo is, at the end of the day, the people that have the final say in what this game is like. So if Nintendo were the ones that came into Game Freak's office and told him to fix everything, then Game Freak would have no choice but to do it. And so everyone should really be directing the criticism at Nintendo, because Game Freak, even if they really wanted to fix this stuff, they're limited by what Nintendo lets them do. And so that is pretty much everything I have to say about this. It's a very interesting topic just because I've seen a lot of different controversies happen so far while I've been on YouTube, and I just think that this is not a smart way to respond to a controversy. You don't need to look any further than the Sonic movie to see how you should respond to controversy. And yeah, that is everything I have to say. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about what you think about the situation. Do you like GameFreak's response or do you not like it? Let me know why or why not in the comment section below, and let me know what you think they should do next. But anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you so much. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe to my channel if you like videos like these, want to see more in the future, follow me on Twitter or Twitch, or join my Discord server, the Spongy Garden. Shout out to Reese Gaming, my one and only patron. If you want to become a patron or a YouTube member and get access to videos and a whole bunch of other perks, then please consider joining right now. But yeah, thank you so much everyone. This is Riders, riding out.